All right, SD, how's it going?
Man, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good. You know,
Can't call it.
another day, more grinding to do.
Hey, feeling blessed, man.
Definitely blessed, man. Well, you haven't been around too much lately.
Mm.
You were definitely one of the main people around when the drill game got really big, when the drill scene really took off, and
Respect.
I think a lot of people thought you was gonna be like one of the main people in the drill scene, and
Drill.
why you say that?
Nah, cause I never made drill music. That's why it's funny. Like people try to categorize it as drill music. Me personally, throughout my career, I never called it drill music.
Well, what'd you consider yourself?
An artist, you ask me. But like I say, even like most of Chicago music, I won't call our music drill music. You know what I'm saying? That comes from it's just a lot. Like I said, I won't call our music drill. I call it more, like certain places got trap. I call it more street music than drill. Like if it's anything, but a lot of people argue and say it's the same thing. But I feel like the drill categorizing it too much, putting it in a box. It putting Chicago rappers too much in a box. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what people have gone by.
But like I say, back in the day, you would call it, like people don't say trap music no more. You know what I'm saying? People they don't talk about music and call it trap no more. They just straight, you talk about something in the streets, it's straight drill. You know what I'm saying? It used to be trap music. You know what I'm saying? Now it's what, drill music? So I don't know. Like I say, I never made this shit, so I don't want to really be able to.
Okay, well, let's get to know you a little bit better. Growing up, I think everybody knows you're from Chicago, the south side of Chicago. Can you take me through that? Can you paint that picture for me?
Man, I've been all over the south side. Like, I've been, I grew up living with my mama, but I moved out my mama's crib when I was about 11, 12, and started living with my grandma. So, like, and my grandma stayed in Parkway Garden, so, like, that's O Block. So, like, I've been all over the south side, really. But I'm really from the low end, off 55th in Indiana.
So that's like, how far away from O Block for the people that are watching?
I want to say about 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes at the most.
Right down the street, right?
Yeah, we're walking distance.
Walking distance.
Yeah, I used to walk back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, like, back in the days, I used to walk back and forth to the crib, to the outside on the block, to the crib, the outside on the block where I stay my ass outside. That's being lazy. Or ride a bike. Them days, niggas ride the bikes.
Was it dangerous riding your bike and
walking
around at that time?
Yeah. Like, see, the thing is, like, the music now just ain't do nothing but just give people a insight of what's been going on in the city. Like, this ain't nothing new. Like, people been into it in the city and things like that been going on. Music just let people see what's been going on because they never seen Chicago. The people never really seen our culture like that, for real. You gotta think about it. How many people come from our city that really in a major, industry, that really come from our city and really represent our city? You can't really name too many people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard to say. You can't name too many people come from our city like that.
Okay, so at around 12, you moved to O Block.
Mm-hmm.
And you're staying with your grandma. Is there a reason why you had to move?
Nah, yeah, man. Like, on some personal things, like, it's just like I say, me and my mother, I had a tight relationship with my mother. We couldn't get along at this point. It was just rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, rough as hell. So she ended up making me move with my grandma, and from there. But I always been, like I say, moving around how I've been since,
You already knew dudes from O Block, though, I take it.
What?
Even before you moved there.
No, like I said, not till I moved in there.
Okay.
Like I said, my grandma lived in there, so I ain't no dudes. I ain't started meeting a lot of folks over there till I moved in there. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But, of course, you seen faces and, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I done seen folks before, something like that, because we all from the same community, but far as, you know what I'm saying, knowing folks, nah. Until like I really moved in, yeah.
Okay, so you move in, and who are some of the first people that you meet from O Block?
Man, some people that you probably want, people that y'all want to know. You know what I'm saying? A couple people y'all want to know, but shout out to them, man. But like I say, I didn't meet Keef in O Block. I actually met Keef in the studio. And him actually met in the studio, so a lot of people may think we met outside on the block or something like that, but we actually met in the studio. Happened to just be at the same studio session that one day. And like I said,
DJ Ken's house?
Yeah. Some people that from my hood had a studio session that day. I happened to just go over there, and he had a session that day. He was in there, had a studio session, and we just hit it off from there. Started doing the music thing and got to start really kicking. Cause like I said, we come from the same community. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's no big difference for real. But so we ended up kicking and started rocking out, and we did the music shit, and it, you know what I'm saying, took off the way we expected though.
Was Chief Keef living in O Block at the time?
No, he used to, not from my knowledge, not that I know of. I know his mama used to stay in there, from my knowledge. Back then, he used to stay with his grandma. And she used to stay on Front Street.
Oh,
so,
okay,
like, yeah,
okay.
so.
And the studio was in your hood, right?
Yeah.
The studio was in your hood.
So yes, that's really how it came to that. Cause like you say, the studio was in my hood. So like, we used to go to that studio just on the strength. It was just in our hood. But this actually was Keef, somebody that he knew. So it was, you know what I'm saying, it was just what you call a coincidence.
You meet Chief Keef, and he's rapping, and he probably doesn't really have a buzz yet, right? He's kind of just just in there working.
No, like everybody, like nobody was really taking it serious. Well, we all did it. It was just for fun. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really took it serious. Nobody took it serious. Like you say, nobody had a buzz at the time. People wouldn't even listen to niggas' music at the time. We from the fucking buzz, shit. People wouldn't listen to our music back then. Compared to nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You get people that shocked to see us doing what we doing nowadays and things like that. But back then, motherfuckers, you couldn't pay a motherfucker to probably listen to our shit then.
Yeah, it's probably a big difference and kind of crazy.
But it's still, I'm talking about like even our community, the people that we fucked with around us, they wanted to listen to our music then. They ain't started listening to our music till the outside world started listening to it. But don't get me wrong, like I said, our city, we started in our city, but like I said, our inside communities ain't really started listening to it till the outside community started, you know what I'm saying, to where it started going outside our hoods. That's when that's when you know what I'm saying, all our folks started really coming together and seeing like, okay, yeah, this shit really something big.
You meet Chief Keef. When do you start meeting everybody else, like Fredo, Reese, Durk, and everybody?
Oh, around the same time, low-key. Like I say, all at the studio. You know
all
what I'm
at the studio? You met
different times,
there?
it's different times, yeah.
Okay.
Because like I said, the studio was in my hood, and that was basically like the studio, you know what I'm saying, the studio to go to if you was rapping. Shit. A lot of folks used to go to that motherfucker. If you rap at that time, you know about DJ Ken's studio. You know what I'm saying? So like, we all met each other, like I said, different times at the same studio.
Okay, and you meet Chief Keef, and at what point do you guys start actually like, yo, we should work together, we should do something?
Like I said, it never was about music. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of us never got together off about music. It was just relationships, you know what I'm saying, bonds, just actually friendships, whatever you want to call it, bonds just building up, relationships just built. Right. It was never about music.
But at some point you guys started making music.
Yeah, like I say, music was just something that I guess we just did, you know what I'm saying, and we like, fuck it. Cause if you notice, we don't have too many records together. We don't have.
Well, you had quite a few music videos though.
No, yeah, I was supportive.
And
yeah, I was gonna be supportive. I was supposed to be supportive. You know what I'm saying? But as far as anything, with me supportive, yeah, I supposed to do that. No, that's team playing.
So you weren't there. You didn't form Glory Boyz or anything, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was you.
Like I said, yeah. But like I said, you asked me how we met. like I said, the studio is just in my hood. Like I said, we all
No.
we all from different communities. We all from different hoods, each and last one of them. You know what I'm saying? We not from the same hoods, none of us. You know what I'm saying? We all from different areas. We just happen to, you know what I'm saying, come together and make something big.
Okay, so you guys form Glory Boyz, you and Fredo.
Yeah, me, Fredo, Reese, and Keef.
Okay, all you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you guys start doing at this point? Are you guys dropping projects?
It was more like we had DJ Ken, he was engineering. Then he started producing. He was producing, engineering, and he started learning how to shoot videos. So like, shit, we was doing everything we could do at that time. Like I said, he's shooting videos. He started learning how to shoot videos. He was already making beats, and then he started engineering. So he was already engineering. So it was like, all right, we had a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? And we just worked that motherfucker, worked that situation.
And you dropped your first project?
Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah. Like I said, Keef actually dropped his project first before, because he did a project with DJ Ken, and he actually dropped the project with him first. Then it actually started catching traction after that, low key. But we was already putting out music before then. Like I say, we started a bunch of trial errors, goddamn it, just putting out songs and learning little videos and shit with Ken. Like I say, he's just started, so like we putting out videos with him that we didn't even think would come out right. We just doing shit. Like I say, we just trying to work. You know what I'm saying? So it was more so, like I say, we put out a lot of singles first. Then him and Ken, and like I say, him and Ken had a close relationship. So him and DJ Ken actually just started working on a project. And he just dropped his project first before it happened to just caught a buzz then.
How was it when you guys first started catching the buzz? Like, oh, okay, shit, this shit might work.
No, yeah, like I say, me personally, I never thought about us making a huge thing with the music scene. I never thought about how big it can be, you know what I'm saying, doing the music. I just did it for the love of it. You know what I'm saying? I just made music just because. 'Cause at one point in time, I told myself I was gonna stop at one point when we first started. So I'm like, ain't no point in me rapping if it's too many of us gonna rap. I'm like, it's too many of us rapping. I might as well just say fuck the shit. But then I just told myself, I don't know, rap. And I started putting out I put my first single together with Chop that I call my actual single. Me and Chop actually put a single together. We put it together in the house. We recorded at the house. He was making beats and shit at the crib. So we put my first single together. Then Fredo actually heard the shit and wanted to get on it. And then we ended up putting Reese on it. And we shot this video like three times. I saw like three, four, like a lot of damn times. But shit, we finally put that motherfucker out. That bitch blew up still. Like we shot it 3 times. The first times we got deleted. Like all type of shit was going on. But this was my first single, you know what I'm saying, that I ever did. Then I came out with another single. Like I say, man, Chop worked on another single with me. We put out another single. I had a song called Can't Tell Me Shit. Then I had another single, We Was Up with Chop. Like me and him was just working heavy a little. He started working heavy. And we just was banging shit out like every day. Like we was working every day type shit. We in the studio, cause we had a studio at the house. You know what I'm saying? We always had a house studio. We never really went to major studios and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We never really did that. We always made the studio come to the crib, you know, make it more homey.
Do you remember how old you were at this time?
When I first started, around 15.
When things first started to take off for you guys?
About 15.
About 15? Were you in high school?
I had been stopped going to high school though. I had stopped going to high school before that. Like before we started taking off in music, I had already dropped out of school. Like I had stopped going, like that shit got boring to me, so I stopped going. Like I said, at 12, I was already at my mama's crib, so that was what, 7th grade, 6th grade. I was living with my grandma by then. Like I said, then my sophomore year, I started losing focus in school and I started saying, fuck this shit. But like I say, then the same year, we started turning around. I had more time to work on music though after that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's probably what made it happen for us though. The fact that we actually had the time to focus on what we was doing versus me having to cut this in with school, then I'm being outside kicking it. Cause you know how to think about it. Back then, recording it in the studios that shit wasn't popping then. Like, you gotta be outside. Niggas wanted you to be outside. Like, you going to the studio, it's like you want some lame ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how niggas looked at it back then. Nowadays, it's more like everybody rap. You know what I'm saying? But back then, niggas look at it like you need to be your ass outside. You go to the studio, you on some lame ass shit. That shit corny. You supposed to be outside. You know what I'm saying? Not rapping. Get your ass on the block type shit. Like, so I used to bump at a lot of folks like that. Cause niggas want you to be outside versus in the studio. You know what I'm saying? But
so you guys drop, and it starts to get a lot of momentum. And I believe at one point Chief Keef signs with Interscope.
yeah.
Now, what was that like during that time? How far after all this did the Interscope deal come into play?
It was like we had a lot of situations come into play, man. But like I say, I don't know. That's a touchy situation. So, like I say, that was just more so. It was a lot went on. That was a bumpy ass ride. Like I said, that was more of a his situation. So I'm gonna let him talk about that situation. You know what I'm saying?
So you weren't involved in the Interscope deal then at all?
I had nothing to do with Interscope deal. Like, nothing.
Okay, well, and what about Glory Boys? Were you
Yeah,
signed?
like, no.
Were you officially signed, or was
No,
it just
it wasn't.
like a group?
It was just, like I said, it was never no, you know what I'm saying? We never got together on no, like, let's do paperwork, we making a label. It was more so homies, you know what I'm saying? More so friend, like a bond. Like I say, building a relationships, a bonds. So it was never more so, you know what I'm saying, let's get this paperwork together. We never got to that point, you know what I'm saying? Until, like I say, the Interscope deal came upon and all that. But before the end, it's more so it's just friendships and us just staying loyal to each other type of thing.
And what do you do once Chief Keef gets signed? Are you still working on music? Are you
Yeah, of course.
still doing your thing?
Me personally, I didn't sign management or no situations over there. So, like, I had worked my whole situation kind of by myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't sign the deals that was offered from that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Were you offered deals at the time too?
Yeah, I just ain't felt like they was right for me. I wanted to work my situation out more.
Okay, so you always wanted to be independent?
No, it wasn't so much stay independent. It was just making sure I get the right situation. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't finna be too quick and thirsty to take something and then I miss out on a great opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so excited that the shit finally starting to move and, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit more smarter than that. So I was just looking for the right situation. You know what I'm saying? But I went through my little rides. But like I said, me personally, I want to leave just trying to stay independent. And if independent works for me best, shit, I'll keep it that way. If sign ain't best, shit, whichever best. Like I said, I'm just sticking to what worked for me.
Was Little Durk around at all during this time?
Yeah, like I said, Durk was around. He always around. Like I said, we always was in the studio. We was like studio rats back then. You know what I'm saying? So like we always either meet up in the studio, kick it, you know what I'm saying, link up, shoot videos, or just, you know what I'm saying, even just kick it. We always supported each other back. You know what I'm saying? It always was support each other career type of thing. So whether this person had a show going on, like, you know what I'm saying, or anything, like, it was always just be supportive, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we always been interacting with each other.
How was Chief and Durk during the time? Were they cool? Were they working together?
Like I say, I won't even want you said, like at that time, yeah, like I said, I really want to know about their relationship. To keep it 1,000 with you, like I can't really speak for, you know what I'm saying, their situation. I really want to know how they felt about each other personally. But from my understanding, I didn't see no bad blood around for real. But like I said, I can't really tell you about their situation.
The Love, the Sosa video drops and goes crazy. You know, you're in the video. You know, what was that like for you guys at the time?
Like I say, I never really expected nothing out of nothing. So like, anything that happened was always good enough for me. Like whatever we did at the time, like we ain't had no expectations. So you gotta think about it. When you got no expectations, then anything that come that's, you know what I'm saying, a good situation, you kind of fuck with it.
What was it like shooting the video that day?
We was lit. I think we just came from a club. I think that night we shot that video. I don't remember. I was high as hell. I know that much. I can't tell. I know that much. I was high as hell. I don't know. I can't even remember, but I think we just left the club that night. But it was something like a party shit. We used to, like I said, we used to always have a little crib, We used to have little parties. Let me say parties, but we had a little get-together. But motherfuckers come and shit. That used to be the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like our crib was the spot where we used to just kick it, bitches. You know what I'm saying? A lot of female, all the guys, studio. We just kicking it, chilling.
Okay, and the Finally Rich album drops, and it's a huge success. Is there any reason why you weren't on the album?
I really could tell you personally, but we did. I know at the last minute he was dropping his album. Me and Fredo did a record. Me and Fredo supposed to got jumped on a record that they supposed to put on the album because they didn't want to not put us on there at the time. They was saying like it wouldn't have been right if they ain't put us on there, so they was trying to throw us on the record, but I don't think it didn't make the album though. Far as I don't know why they didn't put it.
Okay. Were you coming out to LA with Chief Keef when he was doing all this? And
sometimes, but for the most part, hell no. I always been doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he used to come to LA a lot before I never used to come with him for the first part. You know what I'm saying? When I first started coming to LA, it was kind of on my own type of thing. Like we kick it. When I used to come out to LA, we used to kick it a few times. Like, but I always been doing my own thing, so I never really had time to really be around type of shit.
Did you guys go on tours together?
Yeah, we did. Like I said, beginning of my career, when I first started, because it was like I said, we was more like a group, a rap group. Versus, you know what I'm saying, we more like a group together, but not like a boy band type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Not no shit like that, but more like I say, we just, you know what I'm saying, we more like a label, I say. So yeah, we did a lot of tours and shows and shit. Mostly all our shows, like I say, from the beginning of our careers, we all did together. Like no matter whose show it was, we all was coming.
What do you think was like your craziest tour story at that time?
Shit, it was a lot of crazy. Every damn night, shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, we had parties every night. Like, we rock starred out every day. Like, every day. I can't tell you one night. It ain't no one night that stand out. Every night, goddammit.
Is there anything wild that happened during these tours
Yeah, I ain't gonna put that out there, though. Yeah, I wouldn't go put that out there. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that, man. We ain't gonna talk about that.
You know, Chief Keef blows up. You know, he's the biggest thing in hip-hop at the time. And then he ends up going to jail for the gun charge. Were you guys were around during that time? What was that like when he was in jail?
What you trying to say? Did it feel like was I missing something when he left? Were you asking that? Like, was I missing something?
Okay.
You know that's what you asking?
Okay. Yeah, I was just really asking, you know, what it was like, and you know what I'm saying, what it, you know, because a lot of people felt like that the record label kind of set him up for that. You know, set him up for failure. So
why you say that? Why you think they said that? I should say.
I don't know if they specifically set him up, but they allowed him to do it, and post it online to where he would get in trouble.
I don't know. Like I say, I always been too much focused on my situation, so I never really thought of, you know what I'm saying, focused on what he had going on too much. You know what I'm saying, to keep it 1,000. Hey, don't get me wrong, that was my dog. We always together, but I never really focused on like how he handled these situations, because like I said, we come from two different situations, so we got different relationships with different folks that's, you know what I'm saying, not the same. So like I said, I never handled his situations, so I can't speak on his situations, how he handled them. But like I said, me and him being locked up, And I don't know, like I said, anybody will feel if they homie get locked up. You know what I'm saying? Anybody will feel if your homie get locked up. You know what I'm saying? You want a nigga free. So it's basically just that. If you want me to answer that question.
Okay. At one point, you're not around as much.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of distance yourself. What's going on right there? How come you guys kind of
It became a point where
you remember around what year this was?
When I started, I've been doing my own thing since I started separating myself, like, and started doing my own thing. I want to say around 20, right in the beginning, like 2013, 2013, 2014, something like that. I started doing my own thing, but it was more so, like I said before in another interview, we got it was just label situations. Like everybody got different mindsets. Everybody want different things. You know what I'm saying? People want different motives, so shit, it caused me to have to, you know what I'm saying, step foot and do my own thing because, like I said, they want, you know, there's all type of things going on. People want to change the name. People want to change the name from one thing to another. You know, people bumping heads, can't get along. You know what I'm saying? Just deals, management situations, just a lot of shit was just, you know what I'm saying, wasn't right. So for me, I always stood back and was like, you know what, I'll handle my own shit and put myself around the right people I'm supposed to be around before I just let myself crash. You know what I'm saying?
When did you and Fredo get really tight?
Around the time when like me and Fredo got tight, like, we always, like, ever since we first met, we started getting tight low-key because me and Keef stopped really being around each other. The more success we got, we stopped really hanging with each other kind of thing. It was kind of thing like that. So me and Fredo always kind of, like, we stayed together. We had a crib together and everything. So we kind of got tight, like I said, right off the nip. You know what I'm saying? Because once me and Keef stopped really being around each other a lot, me and Fredo really built a closer bond. Like I say, me and him we started going on tours. Not tour, but like we'll start going to each other's shows. You know what I'm saying? We started doing more music with each other. Just doing a lot of shit together, you know what I'm saying? People come to Chicago, we'll go, you know what I'm saying, go see other rappers and other artists that come in the city just to support, you know what I'm saying, just to, you know what I'm saying, welcome them to the city. So we used to do a lot of little shit like that together that Keef wouldn't do with us, that he didn't used to be a part of with us type of thing. So it made me and Fredo relationship got closer.
And you guys both decided to start your own record labels.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Truly Mafia.
Uh-huh.
Right? And he had his own?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever sign anybody, or were these just basically for you guys?
Me personally, my situation, I did it more so for just me. My situation, just like I said, it was just to make sure my situation can be right. You know what I'm saying? But I know Fredo had his situation to where he had a few artists, I believe. He had a few artists over there, over whatever. But me personally, I did my situation was just to, you know what I'm saying, just for me type of thing, to build up my own team to help produce my work, you know what I'm saying? And if you know what I'm saying, if I get time to deal with another artist down the line type of thing, I wouldn't mind it, you know what I'm saying? Because I love to see people goddamn it shine type. So I wouldn't mind if I could help another artist's career. But as far as it being a focus for me, I'd be too focused on myself. I ain't gonna lie.
So you're staying with Fredo. How long did you guys stay with each other?
Shit. Me and Fredo stayed together. Shit, we moved, they had like 2 cribs together. Shit, we be on us like a few years.
So you guys was working?
No, yeah, like I say, me and Fredo became real tight because we stayed together before. We stayed with each other for a few years. Like, because Keef always was like like you say, he got locked up, and a lot of times he got locked up, so he always was on probation or house arrest or something like that. So me and Fredo, like I say, built the bond just by the fact that me and Keef not being around each other so much. Like I say, Keef always on house arrest or at the crib, and I'm not sitting in no crib, you know what I'm saying, at the time. I wasn't trying to sit in no crib out every day, all day. So, like I say, we used to be out. Like I say, our crib was more like the spot where all the guys would come kick it at, you know what I'm saying?
Were you still seeing Chief Keef around
Yeah.
and everything? Like,
yeah. We'll slide on him. Yeah, we'll slide on him, like I say, every once in a while, we'll slide on him. Like I say, he on house arrest or whatever, we'll slide on him, or he'll pop up over there when he get movement or some shit like that.
Okay. at this point, you're getting millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a pretty good rap career, you know, but it seems like you still end up kind of falling back from the music.
Yeah, cause me personally, I had a lot of personal things going on. Like for one, I end up, at a point in time, I had end up getting custody of two of my kids, two of my daughters. So I had to fall back and actually focus on being a father at one point. So it was like, not that I stopped making music, but I had to focus on my family at a point and really buckle down and make sure. Cause at the time, you gotta think, the lifestyle I'm living it wasn't acceptable for me to be raising no little girls around type of thing. So I had to really settle down and strap my mind about focusing on how to raise two, you know what I'm saying, two little girls. So for me, it was one of them type of things, just finally getting my personal life together. Cause I was so young doing everything like I was fucking 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? Living a life like I'm 40 at fucking 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? So shit, I had to buckle down and start handling a lot of personal things. So shit, now I just, like I say, just getting cleared up with a lot of that and being able to get back to work like I usually can.
You know, as you're doing all this, I take it you're kind of off doing your family thing. And, you know, in 2018, Fredo passes away.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah, that was shocking.
What was that like?
It was shocking. That hit my mind. It made me think different. You know what I'm saying? Just not necessarily just about the way I do things. Just life. Cause like I said, it started like you just start losing people that was too close to you. You know what I'm saying? So it started making you feel just thinking about yourself more. Like I say, you start losing people that's close to you that you want to think. Like I say, you so far doing this and doing that, you want to think certain things that happen still. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it was a fucked up moment.
How did you find out about it?
How did I find out? Well, personally, I know a lot of people hit me up and told me. Like when it happened, a lot of people hit my phone up and told me what went on. That's one thing. Then of course the internet. You know what I'm saying? The shit went viral on the internet too. But before that, like I said, a lot of folks that we know personally contacted me and just told me what was going on and told me what was up. But I didn't go to the funeral. I didn't go to the funeral.
Is there a reason why you didn't go?
I won't say it was necessarily no reason, but me personally, I don't really like funerals. I'm not the funeral type of guy. And then like, I lost a lot of people I know. So it's like, I felt like I wouldn't want to be, what's the word I'm looking, showing favoritism. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of other folks' funerals that I didn't make it to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other folks' funerals I missed, and not purposely. You know what I'm saying? But it's like shit. So it was one of them things where it was like, all right, he know, you know what I'm saying, how my feelings for him. He know the situation, the relationship that we had. So like, I don't have to go there to, you know what I'm saying, to show other folks that me and him got a good relationship with each other, or to show my support or respect, I should say. So I just ain't go.
Do you wish you would have went now, looking back on it? No?
Mm-mm. Nah. Like, I won't want to see my homie like that.
Yeah. So you've just never been the type to like any funerals at all?
Yeah, like, see, I've been in the streets since shorty. Since, like I said, I've been seeing people have been dying around me since I was, 9, 10. So for me, I've been going to funerals ever since I was able to hang outside. And that's what, 5th grade, 6th grade, stuff like that, 7th grade, especially in my 8th grade year. Things like that many years, like my last grad in my grammar school year, yeah. Like it was certain funerals that I went to that, like I said, it just made me feel like I don't, you know what I'm saying, I can't do funerals. I don't even go to my own family funerals. Like my grandma just passed, I didn't go to her funeral. You know what I'm saying? And she played a big part of my life. Not my granny that I stayed with, but my granny on my mother's side. She passed away and I didn't even go to her funerals. So it ain't no just the hood thing or no, you know what I'm saying, street thing with my homies. It's more so just a personal thing with me. I don't like funerals. so I don't go to no funeral. You know. Like I wouldn't even care if somebody came to mine. I don't even want a funeral. I don't even want a funeral.
Well, at least you're,
Cremate me and give me to my
kids,
kids, man.
Don't even throw you a funeral. Wow.
No, I tell my wife all the time, cremate me and give me my kids. Give my ashes to my kids, and they can do whatever they want to do with them. Rather they keep hold to them or whatever. Shit, ain't no point in me. Now my body sit here and get old anyway. She gonna get ate up anyway. So I might as well burn it up. And, you know what I'm saying? And give my ashes to my kids versus them coming to a grave site thinking they, you know what I'm saying, feeling like they with me. They can actually have me with them for real versus going to a funeral, you know what I mean, a grave site, a graveyard type of thing.
I hear you. Do you have a favorite memory with Fredo Santana you can share?
A favorite? Yeah. Oh man, like I say, I don't know, we used to do a lot of funny ass shit. So I can't really tell you one time, like I ain't gonna lie to you. We did so much shit together to where like I be going on days about telling you about shit that we did. But like I said, we always did shit, like from partying to like we used to partying type of motherfuckers. Like I said, I dropped out of school my sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? Going to my junior year, so like shit, I think I never went to school. I didn't go to college, none of that shit. So my partying life, shit was an everyday thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Partying was an everyday thing. And then ain't necessarily partying, you know what I'm saying? But shit, you free living, you know what I'm saying? You young, you don't got bills and you don't got things like that to pay because you stay, you know what I'm saying, with somebody or you out on the streets, roaming from your homie crib to this homie crib. Like for me personally, I used to live in my grandma's crib, but I also there been times to where, like I said, I didn't have a crib, to where I'd probably be just sleeping on the block in trap spots that, you know what I'm saying, little spots that was on the block that we had, staying there, having some of the guys to fuck around and stay there too just because they know a nigga ain't got nowhere to go. Like, that type of shit, them type of moments, hell yeah. Like, we had moments like that. Like I say, shit. Like I say, been times where, like I say, nigga, guys don't have cribs to go to. You know what I'm saying? Where we had to stay at an empty-ass crib, random-ass trap house or something just to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing.
So at this point, Chief Keef is like this huge rapper, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop, and you guys knew him from like nothing. Was that inspiring to you guys to see that happen, to him come from the same places you come from? And
of course, that's just to seeing anybody that come from a hood. Like, they could be from any city, any state, any country. Anybody that come from a struggle lifestyle, you will be inspired by it. If you come from a place where I come from, so it ain't necessarily him. It could be like I said, it's anybody that come from that type of circumstance or situation, you'll be inspired by it. You know what I'm saying? Just to see somebody doing well for themselves. So like I said, it's always inspiring to see a nigga doing good for themselves.
Were you ever around Chief Keef and Soulja Boy?
Nah.
No. What about Twista?
No, did I ever meet Twista? I know we supposed to did a record together. He had hit me up to do a hook for him before. But I don't think we never really got a chance to really work with each other. Like I said, he hit me up before to do a song with me before, but that's the last. But we never really got to it. It was more so we weren't in the same studio type of thing. It was more so a reach out type of thing and send me a record. But we never really did nothing.
Are you dropping projects at this time? Or are you just working in the studio?
Lately, yeah. I've been working and shooting a lot of videos now. Like, I got a lot of videos that I ain't dropped yet that I've been working on putting together with, like, I've been building up me a new business team, so I've been working on that. And, of course, I'm in the studio regularly, so I got a project I'm dropping this summer. I ain't titled it yet, but I got a project I'm dropping this summer with Meal Ticket, a producer / DJ from Chicago, you know what I'm saying, from back home. So we supposed to be doing a huge project together. Then I got a lot of singles and, like I say, there's a lot of singles I'm working on. Then I got an album I'm pushing. So just a lot of work.
You're working on a project with Young Chop.
Mm-hmm.
How's that coming?
Me and Chop, I haven't, man, we was putting together a project, but I haven't spoke with Chop in a while. That was like, we was working on a project years ago, but I haven't spoke to Chop in a while. Man, his brother, Johnny May, actually was working on a project that we put together. But as far as Chop, me and Chop haven't spoken to each other in a minute. I ain't spoken to Chop in a while.
So you're kind of just doing your own thing? Are you going to put those
I
records
would.
out?
As far as with the records with me and Chop,
Yeah.
I actually don't have the records.
Oh.
Yeah, I never had gotten the records. Like the records that we did do, that we was working on for the album that me and him had, all the songs that we did, he actually had all the records, kept all the records. So he never actually gave me none of the records.
Oh.
Yeah, I never got none of the records that we did actually. Cause I went to the studio recording. You know what I'm saying? This before my days of me knowing, like, get your hard drive, take it to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Be able to have my shit too. You know what I'm saying? This before my learning time of that. But like I said, yeah, a lot of songs, the songs that we did for the project, he had all of them. So I never really able to do nothing else with them.
You haven't reached out to him trying to get them from him or anything, or?
One time, yeah, me and him got into a little situation. It's funny as hell. But yeah, me and him had a little altercation because I reached out to him, trying to get some of the records that I did with him to actually put on the album that I was doing. And he tried to charge me, God damn it, a high-ass fee. I wasn't feeling like I wasn't going for it. I would just say that.
Okay, so those records are probably never going to come out then.
Probably not. I doubt it. Unless we get in the studio and make some new shit. But them old records, I doubt if he probably even still have them. He about to do that, but who knows? But if we get in the studio and make some new shit, about good. But I haven't spoken to Chop in some time.
Have you and Chief Keef had any conversations or DMs or anything?
We don't talk like that. Yeah, we don't really talk like that. We don't talk too much. It's me more so do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of love and respect for him, but we don't talk. Okay. More so, you do your thing, I do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I know the fans would love to see you guys.
Nah,
you know,
yeah,
back
of course.
working.
But
hopefully at some point, maybe, you know, you guys can get on the same page and again and make
hopefully.
it happen.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. I wouldn't mind doing it for the fans. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind doing it for the fans. Then out of respect I got for him, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love and respect for him, so I wouldn't mind it.
Is there anything in particular that's holding it up?
I don't know. You gotta ask him. You gotta think about it. He always, like you said, he the one that had a situation, a deal, and all this. So you gotta ask him. He went through certain things that I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what was holding him back from doing music with me. He could probably have any reasons. So I don't know. But we never really worked together. We got like probably two, 3 records. After that, like 3 records at the most. And our whole career together. Shit, man, it's like I said, man, his relationship, I wouldn't really, like I said, I got a lot of love and respect for him. I'm gonna just say that, you know what I'm saying? Our situation, just that, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, it could be something else, but for the most part, it's just that.
Is there anything else you're working on besides just the music that you can tell the fans about?
Yeah, my brand, just me, period, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Just my brand, the Truly Mafia brand, just SD as in the whole. Like I say, this is the first time I really been able to do a lot of stuff with my career that into my liking. You know what I'm saying? During my whole career, I always been doing things by myself, or you know what I'm saying, having to go through a numerous amount of people to do something. You know what I'm saying? So like, now I finally been able to build my own team up and get all my things together and things like that. So hell yeah. Now, like I said, I'm just working on my brand and putting out more music, giving my audience more content. You know what I'm saying? For them to gravitate to more content for them to, you know what I'm saying, watch and be entertained by.
Is there any features you're working on?
I ain't the feature type of guy. Like I'm more so like if I hear something, like if I record a record and I hear something that a particular artist can be on, I'll shoot for that. But far as just me, buddy, it ain't too many rap artists that I just be kicking. I'm gonna be kicking it with niggas. So like, you ain't gonna see me with a lot of features. I ain't the feature type of guy.
Any unreleased music with Fredo Santana?
Probably, yeah, records that I know he probably had. Yeah, I know some records that he about had. Yeah. Some records that I know he worked on that he had.
Nothing that you got that you plan on putting out?
Nah, I don't have any of them. I say nope, none of the records that Cause back then when we stayed together, Fredo used to have a studio. So when we did record, we recorded with the studio that we was having then. So like, he had a little studio, so we record on his little setup. So if we did records together, like, you know, like I said, we always together. It was we always together. So I leave my shit over there. I wouldn't have no problem. You know what I'm saying? I just leave it over there. So, like I say, him dying is just shocking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, him passing was just shocking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like.
Yeah, rest in peace, Fredo Santana.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Oh, nah, man. I appreciate you for having me, man. Appreciate you for having me on the show, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, the history of what you guys did, and you know, it's big for hip hop, big for Chicago. You know, it was dope times, man. I'm glad, you know.
That's what I feel like now. That's why I'm thriving now, though. I feel like we gotta represent our city in a certain way that we never had. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, Chicago never had a real major. The industry scene was never really in Chicago for real. You gotta think about it back. We only had, like, you think about the Twista, you know what I'm saying, Kanye, you know what I'm saying, things like people like that. So we never really, they go to New York, you go to Cali, they got catalogs of artists and, you know what I'm saying, plaques and shit like that. From Chicago, you get 2-3 artists and shit. So like, I feel like now we just gotta represent our city in a certain way. That's really, I feel like we're doing that, just representing the city in a certain way, giving it the look that it supposed to need, the leadership that it need.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm excited to see what you got coming.
Appreciate you, man.
You know, man, I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, things work out for you, man.
Most definitely, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate you for having me.
For sure.
Yeah.